I'm back again with another video which is in cooperation with the previous one, wherein I've already explained you a beautiful poem composed by the father of literature, Mr. Rabindranath Tagore. Now, apart from explaining the poem, I also gave you some textual exercises as well as spellings, word meanings and some question answers. Now, in this video, I would continue with the question answer series including some other textual exercises pertaining to grammar subject. Now, before I would continue with the question answer series, I would like to brief you with the poem which I already taught you so that you can recollect or recapitulate the things which were taught to you earlier. Now, let's begin with a summary of the poem. Now, this poem is about a small child who makes many paper boats, and every day he sails those paper boats in the running stream. However, before sailing those paper boats, he writes his name on those paper boats, and he also writes the name of his village. And he plucks many shoe leaf flowers and he loads his paper boats with shoe leaf flowers which he plucks from his garden. Because the child thinks that his paper boat would sail or float continuously in the stream and would reach to a distant land. And maybe there would be a man on that unknown land and would find his paper boats and would get to know about the child and about his village after reading the details on the paper boats. Now, after sailing the paper boats, the child also looks up in the sky, and when he sees in the sky, he finds clouds floating in the sky. Now, the child is very innocent, very small, that he thinks that there's another child in the sky who is floating those clouds in the sky and trying to have competition with him on the land. Now, when there's nightfall, the child buries his face in his arms and he dreams that his paper boats are sailing continuously under the midnight stars. And he also dreams about fairies. Now, these are not ordinary fairies. They are fairies of sleep. They are also sailing in his paper boats. And these fairies, which bring sleep to the entire world, they're also carrying their basket full of dreams. Now, in this poem, we get to know about the adventure of this little boy. Now, let's continue with the question answer series. Now, kids, you have already noted down 3 question answers, right? Now, let's continue with the next question, that is number 4. So, the question is, who sends the clouds to race with the paper boats according to the speaker? I'm sure you already know the answer. However, let's match with this answer. The answer to the question is, according to the speaker, there is another child in the sky who sends the clouds to race with the paper boats. Now let's continue with the next question. The next question is, what are the fairies doing in his dream? I'm sure you know the answer to this question as well. However, let's match with our answer. In his dream, the fairies are sailing in the paper boats with their basket full of dreams. Now here I conclude with the question answer series. Now I would come to another question, or I would continue with another textual exercises. Now the question from the text is, answer these questions with reference to context. Now here, based on these lines, you are supposed to answer certain questions. Now what the lines are: I know not what playmate of mine in the sky sends them down the air to race with my boats. Now, whose playmate is the speaker referring to in these lines? Definitely, the speaker is referring to his own playmate, or the child who's there in the sky sailing the clouds. Now, do you think, is the playmate real? No, the playmate is not real. The playmate is only in the child's imagination or in his thought. Now, next question is, what does he send from the sky and why? Now, first of all, you need to understand who's he. He refers to the playmate. According to the child, he is the playmate who's there in the sky. So, what does he send from the sky? He sends clouds from the sky. And why does he send clouds from the sky? So that he could compete with the child's paper boats on the land. Now, next question is, when night comes, I bury my face in my arms and dream that my paper boats float on and on under the midnight stars. Now, what does the boy do in the night? Definitely, The boy buries his face in his arms in the night. What does he dream of? He dreams that his paper boats float on and on under the midnight stars. Now the next question is, where are the paper boats floating? Where are the paper boats floating? They are floating in the midnight stars. Now kids, you need to attempt all these questions on your own. Means you have to write the answers of all these questions all by yourself. Now let's move to the next exercise. The next exercise is choose the closest synonym for each underlined word. Now let's understand what the synonym is. Synonym means word with the same meaning. Now you can see in each sentence there's one word which has been underlined and there are options for the same underlined word. The options have synonyms of those underlined words. Now number 1 is Rita works with diligence. Now the option for diligence are determination, laziness, unwillingness. Now determination means hard work or diligence. So definitely the answer for diligence can be determination. Now let's come to number 2. Number 2 is she had a glum look on her face. Glum means very sad. Now for option for glum are happy, sullen, proud. Now sullen also means sad or glum. So the word sullen is the synonym of glum. Now let's come to number 3. Number 3 means, number 3 is I was so thrilled to see my exam results. Now thrill means very happy and excited. And the options for thrilled are delighted, angry, scared. Now the word delighted also means very happy and excited. So the word delighted is the synonym of thrilled. Now let's come to number 4. Number 4 is he came up with a unique idea. Now unique means one of its kind or strange. Now the option for unique are hard, simple, unusual. Unusual also means strange. So unusual word is the synonym of unique. Now let's come to number 5. Number 5 is the traffic came to a halt due to heavy rain and flood. Now halt means stop. So options for halt are start, stop, continue. So definitely we have the word stops, which is the synonym of halt. Now let's come to number 6. Number 6 is he behaved in a peculiar manner at the party. Peculiar means very strange or queer. And the option for peculiar are normal, strange, different. As I already explained you, peculiar means strange. So the word strange is the synonym of peculiar. Now let's continue with the next exercise. The next exercise is use these words from the box to create alliteration. Now before completing this exercise, let's understand what is alliteration. Now can you see these sentences? Number 1, the big bold boy bought all the boats. Now if you notice, these words which are written together, they begin with the same letter, that is B. So these words which begin with the same letter are nothing but alliteration. Let's see the next example. Peter picked a peck of pickled peppers. Again in this sentence, these words, they are written together and they begin with the same letter, that is P. So these words are nothing but alliteration. So ultimately alliterations are the words which are written together but they begin with the same letter. Now let's come to the exercise, and for completing the exercise we also have the options. The options are tulips, fried, summer, seashells, silently, frightened. Now let's understand what is tulip. Tulips are flowers. Can you see this picture? In this there are so many flowers and these flowers are nothing but tulips. Now next is fried. Fried means something put in oil to cook or to make it crunchy. Like your mama fries puris, she also fries vegetables and all, right? Summer is a season. Seashells. Seashells are those shells which are found at the seashore. Now can you see the picture? Here there are various seashells which are found at the seashore. Now next word is silently. Silently means quietly without making any noise. And the last word is frightened. Frightened means scared, terrified or petrified. Now let's come to the exercise. Now we have to choose the words from the box and fill in the right blank so that the word should create alliteration. Now let's see number 1. Sarah sells dash by the seashore. Now what does Sarah sell? Sarah sells seashells by the seashore. Now when I choose the word seashells, now when I write in the blank, so it will create alliteration with Sarah sells. Now let's come to number 2. The furry fox dashed the fly. Now what did the furry fox do? The furry fox frightened the fly. So when I choose the word frightened, it is creating alliteration with furry fox. Number 3. Silly Sandy dash on the snow. Silly Sandy dash. How did she say it? She sat silently on the snow. So when I choose the word silently, again it is creating alliteration with silly Sandy. Now let's come to number 4. Freddy's friend dash fish fries. Now what did Freddy's friend do? Freddy's friend fried fish fries. So when I use the word fried in the blank, so it is creating alliteration with Freddy's friend as well as fish fries. Now let's come to number 5. Tia and Ted took a dash for Tracy. Now what did Tia and Ted, where did Tia and Ted take Tracy for? I repeat, Tia and Ted took a dash for Tracy. Now what did they take? They took tulips for Tracy. So when I use the word tulips, it is creating alliteration with Tia, Ted, took and Tracy. Now let's come to the last one. The dash sun sets slowly in the sky. Now what kind of sun? Summer sun sets slowly in the sky. Now here I complete with this exercise. Let's move to the next one. The next exercise is write the type of sentence for each of these sentences. Now to complete this exercise, you need to follow the previous video where the sentence and the kinds of sentences have been taught to you. Now with the help of that video, with the help of that explanation, you can complete this exercise on your own. Now next exercise is rewrite these sentences using the correct punctuation marks. Now let me remind you, we have already explained you punctuation marks in the previous video. So again, to complete this exercise, you can take the help of previous video and then you can come to this exercise and complete it. Now here I conclude with this chapter and expect you to complete all the exercises before we come up with another chapter with another video. Meanwhile, bye bye.